thanks for being here today to practice together and honor International Peace Day. I want to start by acknowledging all the efforts that you've made in our Sun Salutations Challenge in September with Peace Direct. For myself, and I imagine for many of you, this challenge has given me the opportunity to get to my mat on a daily basis, to support myself, to strengthen my practice. But I also can't ignore the fact that we're doing all this during concurrent crises in our communities, our country, and our world. We're dealing with threats to our democracy, at least here in the US. We are going through a much needed racial reckoning. We're seeing some crazy destructive weather patterns due to the climate crisis. And of course, we're dealing with issues to our health and our economy due to the global pandemic. And this is why I practice yoga. I practice not to escape or to ignore or to live apart from what's going on in our world. Rather, I practice yoga so I can tune in and so I can engage and I can support to the best of my ability the work towards justice. Can anyone out there relate to this? With all that in mind, the plan for today's class is to provide a space for you to connect your own personal peace practice and practice on the mat to the collective. We'll move through a series or a few series of sun salutation variations, and for each round we'll offer a dedication to our supporters, to our neighbors, and to peace builders around the world. So please go at your own pace and feel free to modify any of these poses, of course, as you need. And for props, I recommend 2 blocks if you know that you like to use them, or books, or whatever else you may like to use for blocks. And also have a blanket handy, and it doesn't have to be a yoga blanket. It could be just a blanket from the bed or the couch or a towel. Ready to get started? Let's do this. I'll invite you to begin in a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, take your hands to your thighs, palms face down, and close down the eyes, or just maintain a soft gaze down and in front of you. Lean back slightly into your sitting bones to feel supported by the earth. And then feel a lift through your spinal cord and out the crown of your head. Go inward for a moment in time. Begin to notice the natural cadence and quality of the breath. And pause here to look back on your 500 Sun Salutations Challenge. Consider where you were when you started, the beginning of the month. Whether you'd never heard of a sun salutation before, or maybe you were a seasoned practiced yogi or yogini. Why did you choose to start? What was your intention? Why did you come to your mat? Was it for your own wellness practice? Was it to support Peace Direct and peace builders around the world? Was it to join a community and meet new people? And now bring your hands together, palms pressing together, and in front of your heart. We'll take 3 more full rounds of breath together. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the nose. 2 more. Release the hands. Gently open the eyes. Set the props to the side and we'll get started in child's pose, please. Come to child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching. Hands outstretched. And your hips may or may not reach your heels. Return to your breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And on your next inhale, come up to all fours. So hands are stacked below shoulders and knees below hips. Like any good foundational practice, check out your hands. Fingers are spread wide and even. And you're pressing down through all four corners of your hands. From here, draw the shoulders up towards your ears and melt your heart towards your thumbs. Plug the shoulders into their sockets and then look up and draw the tailbone up towards the sky for cow pose. Now press into the mat, round through the upper back, tuck the tailbone, gaze towards your navel for cat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, plug the shoulders, look up, cow pose, and exhale, round in for cat. Inhale, cow pose, look up, and exhale, round in. Come back to neutral. Take your hands out, one hand print towards the front of the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into downward facing dog. Warming up the back of the legs now. Bend one knee and then the other. And sway the hips side to side. Warming the body for our sun salutation flow. And now look to your hands. Bend the knees and either walk slowly to the front of the mat or step one foot and then the other to the front. Option to bring your blocks in here. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale with a flat back. Rise hands to the sky as we salute the sun. And then exhale and release, arms by your sides. One more warm up here. Inhale, reach the hands high. Take your right fingers and loop the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, sway to the right, forming your body into a crescent moon shape. Feel the left side of the body open up and stretch, especially through the ribs and the lungs. Getting a full breath in. And now turn your belly and chest up towards the sky. And then turn down, go inward. Come back to neutral and back to standing. And we'll switch it out. Left fingers loop the right wrist. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, sway to the left. Reach out through the right side of the body. And then turn the belly and chest down. Go inward. Look towards the floor. And then on an inhale, turn up. And notice how that may change the stretch for you. Inhale back to center. And exhale, release. Arms by your side, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the hands high, look up to the thumbs. And then with a bend in your knees, fold forward, hands to your blocks or the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to refold. Doing great. Root your feet into the mat and inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that one more time. Half sun A salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, release. Hands to the earth, your mat, your block, wherever you are. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach the heart forward. And then exhale to fold forward and go inside. Inhale, sweep the hands high. And exhale, release. Arms by your side, hands to heart. Yay, we've completed 2 sun salutations. By the end of the class, we will have done 17. So if you're counting, 15 more. Take a moment here, now that you've allowed some movement and aligned the breath, to pause. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Listen internally. Honor what you have achieved, how far you have come with your challenge and with your fundraiser. At the least, thank yourself for making it to your mat today on International Peace Day. Sankalpa is the name of the class, and it's a Sanskrit word, the word, or rather the language we use in yoga, and it means dedication or deep intention. So take a moment here and be open and receptive to a sankalpa or dedication that calls to you, one that you want to make for your practice today. And if an intention doesn't come to mind, no worries. Allow the invitation to be enough. Our next series of sun salutations will be 5 classic sun A salutations. And the dedication for these next 5 are for you. This is for you, your efforts, your achievement. Take a full breath in. And on an exhale, release, arms by your sides. I'll guide you through the first few. Inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale, bend your knees to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to blocks or shins. And then exhale, step one foot and then the other back to high plank. Look forward as you lower to your knees, chest, and chin. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale to all fours, tuck the toes, and press back to downward facing dog. Pause here, catch your breath. Inhale and look to the hands. And then exhale as you walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold inside. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Repeat. Inhale, hands to the sky, and exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, walk or lunge back to high plank, lower knees, chest, and chin. Honor where you are in your practice. Inhales, cobra, baby cobra, or maybe like a medium-sized cobra. And then exhale, forehead down. Press up to all fours, tabletop to downward facing dog. We have 3 more Sun A salutations. Please feel free to move through these at your own pace. Inhale and look forward, and exhale, step, walk, or float to the front of the mat, halfway lift, and fold forward. Root to rise, hands reach up to the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. 3 more on your own. Feel free to follow along with me or opt to take half Sun A salutations. We'll meet back here, hands together in front of the mat. Fill the body with breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Arms by your side to mountain pose. Reach up on your next inhale, and you're off. Remember, these salutations are a dedication to you. Take your time, no rush. So even though we're putting together a few poses, there's no need to hurry. Take your time. Coordinate each movement with breath. And don't forget to take a break to nurture yourself. We meet that at the front of the mat, palms together in front of the heart. This is called Samastitihi, It's a ready position. Our next series will do 4 sun salutations with lunges. And this dedication is for your supporters. Who supported you through this challenge? Who's donated? Is there anyone that you didn't know personally before? Someone that supported you through the Facebook group, or someone at work, a colleague? Is there anyone that surprised you? Bring your hands back to heart center. Draw those supporters, those people that have your back, into your heart. And on an inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, we'll step the left foot back to start. You may want to use your blocks here and even your blanket. Placing the blanket across the middle of the mat will help pad the left knee. Allow your hips to shift forward. Lean into the pose. And then place the hands and step back. High plank, lower to knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Lower the right knee. Inhale, look forward. Hands below blocks. Shift the weight into the left foot and step up. Halfway lift and exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, and exhale, hands to heart. Let's add on a little bit to this series. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower to the right knee. Bring the blocks below your shoulders. Lean into the pose. Here's the add-on. Inhale and reach the hands high. Lean back now. Imagine 2 hands on your back. Someone that supported you is holding you up. They literally got your back. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, high plank, and lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Step the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee. Inhale, reach the hands high. Lean back. And exhale, hands to the mat. Look forward. Step forward, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, hands reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll move through that sequence 2 more times. Full breath in. And full breath out. Release hands to mountain pose. And you're off. Feel free to follow along with me or go at your own pace. And during this series, I'd like to give a special thanks, a special shout out to all the folks at Peace Direct, to John and Larissa and Christine, Bridget, and everybody else. I know you've inspired me, and you are the people who are doing the work, who made this challenge, the fundraising happen. So grateful for all of you. Nicely done. Feel free to set your blanket to the side for now. And our next series will be 3 Sun Salutation B, but with variation. And our dedication for these next 3 are to the local peace builders. These are people in Burundi, in the DRC, in Sudan, in Pakistan. These are the people that you've been supporting from your mat and through your fundraiser. They're so courageous. They're living and working in areas of conflict that are rife with violence and who've had the courage to work towards peaceful resolutions with their neighbors. So let's dedicate the series to them. On your next inhale, chair pose. Weights back in the heels, sit low. Inhale, straighten the legs, stand tall, and exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump, high plank, lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot to the hands. Find stability in your foundation. Feet are hip width or wider. Tone the muscles of the legs. And on an inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands to the mat, and step back, downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, step the left foot between the hands. Get steady in your feet. They're hip width or wider. Inhale, reach the hands up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, and step back. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, glide the hips back to downward facing dog. Pause here, 3 full rounds of breath. Next, inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, bend the knees and step or jump, feet to hands, halfway lift, and fold forward. Inhale, back to chair pose, and exhale to stand tall. Bring hands to heart center. Nice. 2 more in this series. Inhale, chair pose. Stand tall, reach up, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step back, high plank, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, you got this. Step the right foot forward. Come on up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open arm twist. Right arm sweeps behind. And then inhale and reach both hands back up high. Exhale, touch down, and step back, down dog. Gather your strength, and with an inhale, step the left foot forward. Reach the hands up, high crescent lunge. And exhale, sweep the left hand behind you, twist open. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, move through chaturanga, cobra to down dog, or simply stretch back to downward facing dog and catch your breath. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like sun salutation Bs can be some of the most challenging. So draw upon the strength that you've built since September 1, since the start of this challenge, the strength that you've gathered from your supporters and your neighbors, and allow it to be a reflection of the resilience of the peace builders, the local peace builders. Next, inhale, look forward, and exhale, step feet to hands. Inhale, flat back, look up, and exhale to fold in. Inhale, chair pose, and exhale to stand tall, hands to heart. Woo! One more sun bee. Follow along with me, or feel free to just take your own variation. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. And then stand tall, reach the hands towards the sun. Exhale and fold. Inhales, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step it back, high plank. Lower your way to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot to your hands. And I'm going to take warrior one, back heel lowers. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, touch down. Come back to downward facing dog. Last side here, step the left foot forward, lower the right foot so it's a 45-degree angle. And inhale, sweep the hands high. And exhale, touch down. Step back, high plank, and lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done, everybody. Lower your knees to the mat now for child's pose. Big toes touch and stretch back. So by my count, we've completed 12 salutations. Take a moment here to come back to your breath. Come back to the personal peace practice. Knowing that yoga can have a self-reflective quality. And that the physical practice that you can, or I should say, through the physical practice, that you can and will create a vessel for dedication and perseverance. All right, on that note, press back to downward facing dog. And we have this complete variation on a sun salutation. We're going to move through a series, and this one is dedicated to your inner light, what you've developed through your personal practice and allowed to radiate out to others. So on an inhale, pick up the right leg, lift it up behind you. And exhale, step through low lunge. Lower the back heel. And so your left foot is parallel with the back end of the mat. And then come on up for warrior two. Reach both fingers out in either ends, the front and back. Take a full breath in. And exhale, feel rooted through your feet. Inhale, lower the left hand down and reach the right hand overhead. And then exhale back to your warrior two. Cartwheel hands to the mat and step back, downward facing dog. We'll call that one sun salutation. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Right foot lowers. Inhale, come on up. Warrior two. Take a look out over your left fingertips. Draw energy from your feet into your pelvis, representing where you've started from and what you've learned throughout this challenge, throughout this practice. And then taking that, emanate from your heart out through your arms and hands in both directions as a symbol of your inner light, what you have learned, and radiate out to others. Inhale, right arm lowers, left arm reaches up. Exhale, back to your warrior pose. And then hands to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Nicely done, everyone. Inhale, look to the front of the mat. And then walk or jump your feet to the front. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold in. Inhale, sweep the hands high. And exhale, take your hands to heart in Samastitihi or ready position. Our final series of sun salutations is a dedication to future generations and your role in taking agency. As members of this community, you're an embodiment of peace. You're paving the path, not just for yourself, but for others. Paving a path towards resolution, towards restoration, towards healing, towards justice, and towards unity. Let's flow through these final three sun salutations together. On an inhale, reach the hands high. And on an exhale, float the hands towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to down dog. And then lower to your knees. We'll take a child's pose here in the middle. And then inhale back to all fours. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Return to your intention or Sankalpa. And take a moment to consider how you will continue with that intention after this month, after this challenge. Inhale and look forward, look to the future, and exhale, step to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Two more. Inhale, reach hands high. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to down dog. Lower to your knees, hip shift back, child's pose. Inhale and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands, and exhale, step the feet forward, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart. Feel free to close down the eyes or maintain a soft gaze. Go inward. Take stock. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, heart leads the way as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. And lower to your knees. Shift back, child's pose. Inhale back to center. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the hands. Step the feet forward. Halfway lift, shine your heart. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Pause here, nurturing the peace builder within you, nurturing yourself and your practice so that you can go out and serve your community, your neighbors, the future generation like you want to. And then from here, bend your knees and come to seated. Reach your legs out in front of you on the mat. And we'll take a final fold to begin our cool down. Right? Did I say final fold? Forward fold. Reach the hands high. And then release hands to your shins, feet, or back. Lower chin to chest. Take a full breath in and full breath out. Tune into how you're feeling. Tune into your breath. And then on an inhale, come up to seated. And we'll bend our knees out to the sides of the mat. And your feet are out in front of you, soles of the feet towards one another. For star pose, hands can rest on your shins, or you can slide down the tops of the feet to your toes. Send the hips back behind you. And feel free to stay upright here or take another forward fold. Wherever you are, allow the chin to lower to the chest, the head and neck to relax. The skin on the face softens, shoulders soften. Inhale to lift up. Take your hands to your knees and close them in. And then shift your hips forward so you have space to lie down on your mat. But before you do, you'll take your blanket that you have handy and unfold it if it's folded up. And we'll roll it the lengthwise. Soles of the feet are together, and you take your blanket or your towel and you place it across your shins. Use the strength of your arms to draw your feet towards the torso, and then tuck the blanket underneath your outer hips or thighs. And slowly come to lying on your back in this restorative pose. Arms can be by your sides, or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a full breath in. And on the exhale, full breath out, feeling the support of the earth. Allow the body to rest, to rejuvenate and renew. Taking time to nurture yourself here. Feel free to stay in this restorative pose, or take your hands to your knees to close them like a book, and then send one leg long, release the blanket, and then the other, coming into Shavasana, final relaxation. Now take a full breath in, filling the belly, the lungs, and the chest with breath. Make tiny movements with fingers and toes. And then slowly draw one knee into your chest and then the other as you roll to one side. Press to seated. Perhaps eyes remained closed, or you keep a soft gaze. Bring hands to your heart. And I'd like to close with a quote from Hasfat Abiola, a human rights activist from Nigeria. She says that peace comes from being able to contribute the best that we have and all that we are toward creating a world that supports everyone. But it's also securing the space for others to contribute the best that they have and all that they are. I acknowledge all that you have contributed and all that you are. Thank you so much for coming to practice together on International Peace Day. In community, namaste.